Hello, welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I have some breaking news coming out from Ukraine to share with you. So, we're going to be talking about Ukraine's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and we're also going to be discussing a little bit about Belarus as well. So, we've got this major report coming out today on August 25th, 2024, that Ukraine has confirmation that Belarusian troops and Wagner mercenaries are near the border of Ukraine. Now, why is this significant? Well, let's step back for a minute. Over the last couple weeks, what has been going on in Belarus? All of a sudden, one day they came out soon after Ukraine had launched the incursion into the Kursk region of Russia. Belarus said that they were attacked by dozens of Ukrainian drones. They supposedly had to shoot these down, and soon after that, they went ahead and ordered their military to the border of Ukraine to defend the country, supposedly, quote unquote, defend the country from any kind of an attack from Ukraine, as they were worried that an incursion could break out into their country as well. Now, is Ukraine planning to do this? I have no idea. I wouldn't think they would, but at the same time, they are technically an enemy to Ukraine, okay? So lately, we've been having lots of provocative statements coming out from the president of Belarus, Alexander Lukashenko. He's come out and ordered troops to the border, ordered lots of military equipment, tanks, and things like that to the border of Ukraine. And also, they sent a bunch of military equipment over to Russia to help them out with the Kursk offensive, as Russia was demanding to receive some of their military equipment, like some of their tanks and things like that, as they were running out of equipment to fight back against the Ukrainians in the Kursk region. So lots and lots of provocative statements lately coming out from the president of Belarus, Alexander Lukashenko, even saying things like Ukraine would be destroyed and that NATO should not enter into the Ukraine war or they will destroy Ukraine completely. So just major alerts here that we could be seeing Belarus joining this war, and I think this could be a potential sign of that. So I've got several things I want to go over here today to start sharing with you. But we've got the Ministry of Foreign Affairs coming out in a statement and warning Belarus on the buildup of troops on their border. So let's go ahead and take a look at this from the Kiev Post on X. In a rare and direct statement, the Ukrainian government responds to Belarus's rapidly growing deployment of military on Ukraine's border. So in a statement by Ukraine's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ukraine urges the armed forces of Belarus to withdraw forces away from Ukraine's state border to a distance greater than the firing range of Belarus's systems. Okay, so Ukraine is afraid of coming under attack by Belarus, and this could be a whole new front starting to open up, because what are we seeing right now happening in Russia? Well, we originally saw the major incursion into the Kursk region. Shortly after that, we started to hear that there was fronts starting to open up in the Belgorod region. And then now also recently, over the last maybe 3 to 4 days, we heard of a front opening up in the Bryansk region. I did hear that that was somewhat being repelled and thwarted a little bit by the Russians, and we haven't heard much information since, but the incursion is ongoing still inside the Kursk region right now. So I don't know, is this pressure coming from Russia, from Vladimir Putin putting pressure on Alexander Lukashenko, saying it's time for them to join the war, they need their help? And maybe Belarus is going to join. I have no idea, but that's definitely what it's starting to look like at this time. So I've also got this report that talks some more about this, and I want to share this information with you guys. So let's hop on over here to, this is UNN, and it says Belarus is bringing troops and mercenaries of the Wagner PMC to the border with Ukraine. The foreign ministry urged not to make tragic mistakes and to withdraw. This just came out today, August 25th, 2024. Ukraine's foreign ministry reports on the concentration of Belarusian troops near the northern border. Ukraine calls on Belarus to withdraw its troops and warns of its readiness to defend itself in case of border violations. Under the pretext of exercises, Belarus is bringing its army and military equipment to the border with Ukraine. In addition, mercenaries of the former Wagner PMC have been spotted. Ukraine's foreign ministry urged Belarusian officials not to make tragic mistakes for their country under pressure from Moscow and to withdraw their troops, UNN reports. According to Ukraine's intelligence agencies, the armed forces of the Republic of Belarus are concentrating a significant number of personnel, including the Special Operations Forces, weapons and military equipment, including tanks, artillery, MLRS, air defense, and engineering equipment. I mean, why would they need a lot of this to really defend their border. I mean, are they clearly worried about a major incursion happening? Is that what the Ukrainians are preparing to do? I'm really not sure about that. I haven't heard of any Ukrainian buildup on the Belarusian border, but I'm sure right now Ukraine is afraid of them attacking at the same time. So in the Gomel region near the northern borders of Ukraine, under the guise of exercises, the presence of mercenaries of the former Wagner PMC were also recorded. Conducting exercises in the border zone and in close proximity, to the nuclear power facility, the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, poses a threat to Ukraine's national security and global security in general, the foreign ministry said in a statement. It also says the Ukrainian diplomatic mission called on the officials of the Republic of Belarus not to make tragic mistakes for their country under pressure from Moscow, and on its armed forces to stop hostile actions and withdraw their troops from the state border of Ukraine to a distance exceeding the range of the fire systems available to Belarus. We emphasize that Ukraine has never taken and is not going to take any unfriendly actions against the Belarusian people. We warn that in the event of a violation of the state border of Ukraine by Belarus, our state will take all necessary measures to exercise the right to self-defense guaranteed by the UN Charter. At the same time, all troop concentrations, military facilities, and supply routes on the territory of Belarus will be legitimate targets for the armed forces of Ukraine. I mean, that is an absolutely huge statement, guys. What that means right there is if Belarus does anything provocatively and violates their territory, violates their border in any kind of way in Ukraine, Ukraine will respond. They will go after all their troop concentrations, their military facilities, their supply routes. Everything in Belarus will be a legitimate target for the armed forces of Ukraine. I mean, this is absolutely huge, okay? And hopefully we are not about to see Belarus join into this war, but definitely it's very dangerous that we could see this, okay? And very serious. So I don't know. Are we going to see an extra front opening up here? Is Belarus finally going to get involved in this war? Has Vladimir Putin called on Alexander Lukashenko to finally join this thing and back them in this fight because maybe they feel like they're losing in the Kursk region and maybe they are not going to be able to push the Ukrainians out of that area? I don't know what's going to happen here. You guys let me know what you think down below. But I want to show you one last thing on a map of what they were talking about where the Chernobyl nuclear power plant is, okay? It's very, very close down here. Here's the border of Belarus and Ukraine down here. Here's Belarus. Zoom in over here and look at how close the Chernobyl nuclear power plant is to Belarus. If a war were to break out in this area, it would be absolutely devastating, okay? And would Ukraine be able to operate on now a third front, I guess you could consider it, okay? How many fronts are they fighting on? I don't even know. How many fronts can we count here? I mean, definitely almost a good 60-70% of their country they would be fighting on all the borders if this front were to open up, okay? And the Chernobyl nuclear power plant being so close to the border of Russia. I mean, there's so many nuclear power plants that are so dangerous in this war over here right now. And for some reason, I don't know why, I have a feeling that maybe a nuclear power plant could be the end to this war, that the blame could be put on Ukraine or Russia or something like that if one of these nuclear power plants go up in smoke, and could definitely spread radioactive ash all over large parts of Europe if we have a major nuclear event. And there's several of them that are at risk of being destroyed. There's their Chernobyl nuclear power plant now. If this front opens up in Belarus, we have the other one over here in the Kursk region near Kurchatov right now, and then also down here in the Zaporizhzhia region, okay? So multiple nuclear power plants that are at risk of being destroyed if war breaks out around them and there happens to be some sort of mistake. So hopefully we do not see any kind of war break out between Ukraine and Belarus next, and it would only put more pressure on Ukraine. And would Ukraine have to pull out of the Kursk region? I don't know. I don't know if they have more reserve forces to go up against Belarus next, but clearly Ukraine's already fighting on multiple fronts, okay? And maybe this is Belarus's turn to step in to put more pressure on Ukraine, so that way Russia can continue to focus on the eastern side of Ukraine and continue taking more land. Because what we've been hearing over there is that around Pokrovsk, a major key town in the Donetsk region, is more and more every day. The Russians are getting closer to taking that over, okay? So they're getting very close to controlling the eastern side of Ukraine in the Donetsk region. And this war over here is just getting absolutely insane and out of control very quickly. So hopefully we don't see this front open up. But I wanted to report on this just in case we happen to see that happen. So let me know what you think down below, guys. Share your thoughts, concerns, and opinions down in the comment section. That's going to be it for this update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. With that, I hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.